what you need, leave the rest. And please remember, everybody don't know everything that you know, or like everybody's parents didn't teach them the things that you were taught. Hey guys, it's my kid Monique and I'm back with another video. So if you're here, you're probably here because you're a post-grad student, or you finna be and you want to know the tips before you get there. You don't have to be just getting out of college. You could be just got out of high school, just got out of college. You're trying to wrap your head around everything you need to know and you don't know what to do. I'm doing this video because I feel like it's a lot of stuff that I didn't know about, like, you know, just the real world when I got out of college. Take what you need, leave the rest, and some things that may be common sense to you is not common sense to others. All right, now let's get started. You know, when people be like, stay a child as long as you can. Yeah, I don't want to be a child again, but baby, when I was there, I should have stayed. And also getting your own apartment, like, it's not that simple as it sounds. Trust me, baby, I thought it was gonna be so easy. When you're applying for an apartment, it's 5 things you're gonna need to know: application, credit check, background check, deposit, and your first month's rent. So application fee, finding apartments. Okay, all these apartments is gonna have application fees. Application fees can range probably from $50 to $150. All different apartments differ, so you would just have to look into that. Just know that your application fee is not refundable. Application is just going to be asking you for like basic information, you know, name, address, like previous address. They're going to be asking you also for your work information, like where do you stay, where you currently working. They're also gonna want some pay stubs. So how much you making, like where's the income that you're getting to pay for this apartment. You know, most apartments want you to make at least 2 to 3 times your rent. They're gonna be asking for at least, I think, 2 to 3 of your most recent pay stubs. Once you do the application, they're gonna go in and do your credit check, and then they're gonna do your background check. With credit, I think most apartments are ranging from, you need to have at least a 620, I would say. Some people say 600, but I would say at least a 620 to at least 750. You know, the highest you can go with your credit is an 850. So 600, 750, that's really good for apartments. It's kind of just depending on where you're trying to stay, okay? Background check, they're just going to be looking to see, like, that's basically like the courts. Have you been sued for anything? Reliable? Can they trust you? Will you be able to pay this rent? Have you paid other things back? Like, the credit would kind of tell them that, but the background check really gonna tell them for sure. Your deposit. Okay, let's talk about your deposit. So your deposit can range from different prices. Some apartments, they do like, it's based off your credit check. That's how much like your deposit is gonna be. So your deposit would just range. You would need to be asking what is that deposit going to be when you applying and stuff, or after you're getting approved. Deposit can be refundable or it can be non-refundable. Some people, they'll give you your rate for your deposit and you pay that, and then once you move out of your apartment, if everything is still neat, clean, and it's just like how it was when you first moved in, nothing's broken, you'll get your deposit back. If not, you won't get your deposit back. You could pick a cheaper deposit rate and you just won't get your deposit back. That was fine with me because I genuinely just didn't really care, and I know that it's nothing gonna be wrong with my apartment when I move out of here, because genuinely it's just me and I don't be messing stuff up. Also, those credit check and background checks should take no more than, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 days at the most, but really you should get your credit or your background check from the apartment application within a day or 2. And remember, none of this is refundable. First month's rent. Okay, so first month rent, let's say you moved in the beginning of the month, you're gonna have to pay that prorate for the whole month. Say your rent is $100 a month and you move in halfway through the month. You move in on the 15th. For your first month's rent, you're only gonna pay for that half of the month that you were staying there. So your rent will only be $50. So remember, you're gonna have to pay that. But if you move in closer towards the end, you're only going to pay that rate for the few days you were there, the time you were being. So you'll probably want to ask about that beforehand so you can be aware. You don't want to move in and think, oh yeah, I'm not paying no bills till next month. I'm finna be eating juicy crab and everything else, and baby, no, your rent is due. It may not be a lot this month, but your rent is due. Why you doing that as well? If you already had your rent money prepared for that, and then you moved in later in the month instead of beginning like you were supposed to, save that money up for your next rent so you can be already ahead. Don't go spending the money because you got extra money left over. I'm telling you, you never know what's gonna come up, okay? Quick blind moment. Y'all can call it a blind moment, but I'm pretty sure it's some people out here who don't know this. Me, for instance, this is something that I want to say because I didn't know this. When I was in college, in my dorm with my roommates, utilities was all inclusive. Everything was one bill. You don't pay separate. So when I moved and I found out you have a light bill and a water bill, oh baby, that blew my mind. And people be like, you didn't know that? No. In college, I didn't have to pay that. Or like, let's say you're not in college. You don't know what your mama done paying the bills. My water bill be like $50–$60, and then the light bill be like, the light bill used to be $80, but that's another thing. The utilities people could go up at any moment. My bill used to be like $80. My bill be like $112 now.
Holy shit.
The light bill, the water bill, the Wi-Fi bill, the cable bill. I don't have cable. I don't know nobody around me who got cable. I'm watching Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Disney Plus. I'm literally paying for all of that. You know, I guess you could say that add up to the cable bill, but I'd rather watch that than cable. My Wi-Fi bill like $50–$60. I have a good rate. I got friends whose Wi-Fi bill is more expensive than that, so I don't know. Be mindful of that. Phone bill, light bill. Some apartments you gotta pay for valet. My apartment, I gotta pay for valet. It's already included. You can't say, oh, I don't want valet. It's already in the rate. Groceries. Me personally, I spend like $200 to $400 on groceries a month. That's because I've been trying to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and 2 snacks in between. Things that you also gonna have to take them right now. Car maintenance, gas. Okay, let's talk about gas really quick. You need to be mindful of where your job is and how far it is from your house. Depending on what city you stay in, traffic can be crazy. I am lucky enough. I feel like I keep saying I'm lucky. Aren't I just a lucky girl? I stay 5 minutes away from my house. And I still be late every day. So you need to be mindful, like, when you're picking apartments, is this close by my job? You need to like map the traffic out, like, before you get there. Even if you're in another city, you can do it on your phone, like this address to this address. Do it in the morning at a busy time, you know, everybody's going to work. Do it in the afternoon when you know everybody's on break. Do it in the evening when you know everybody is on their way home. Even do it at nighttime so you can see the change in the like distance and how long it's going to take you. But be mindful of that, because you can't get an apartment and you live all the way across town, and now you have to wake up and leave an hour ahead just to make it in time for work. And also you're spending all that money on gas every single day to get to and from work. Baby, is your check really finna be adding up? You spending all the money on gas? You need to pay attention to that. Car insurance. If you have a car note, you're gonna have to be paying your car note every month. If you have, everybody should be having car insurance, but you're gonna have to decide, like, what type of car insurance are you gonna have? Full coverage? Are you gonna have PPI? PIP? I don't know. I know I got that one, not full coverage, because full coverage is very, 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 very expensive. The full coverage rate for me was $480, I think, and I'm just, you know, I'm genuinely just not in the position right now to pay $480 for a car insurance. Like, I'm just not doing it. So me, my opinion, if you got your really, really nice cash car, I have a cash car, my car is really nice, don't try to hurry up and get you a car with a car note, because you're gonna be paying that car note and your car insurance. My car insurance already, it's a good amount for not full coverage. So yeah, be mindful of that. House supplies. You know, before you move in, you thinking, oh, that's simple stuff I gotta get. It's all simple, I'm gonna be able to get that. Or I'm not worried about getting all that now. I'm gonna get that when I move in. until you move in and you thought that stuff was cheap, and now you got all these bills to pay on top of all this stuff you need, and now you're trying to figure out why money running out. Try and buy stuff ahead of time. I know before I moved, I was buying stuff that whole year that I knew I was finna graduate. Every time I went to the store, I was buying something, and I had a bin, and I used to put everything under my bin. And I'm talking about, I used to be buying like just little stuff, like body washes, dish detergent, bathroom scrub, kitchen supplies, rugs, little decorations that I would see. Baby, I already had the theme mapped out before I moved. Some apartments, like for instance, my apartment does valet, so they already provide the valet trash can. Some apartments don't. You might need to get you one. I brought one of my TVs before I even moved in. Baby, I had a whole 65-inch. I was ready, and everybody can say you don't need another TV, you just need one TV. Baby, no, I want to go in both rooms. Anyways, I ended up buying one TV beforehand, so by the time I moved, I was still able to buy me another TV for my room. And I got me a really nice 55-inch Samsung TV. Baby, I love Samsung, so I had to put that in there because I wanted that TV so bad. You know, you might need bar stools, like you're gonna need for the kitchen, you're gonna need towels for the bathroom. It's just so many things that you're gonna need that you won't even think about until you get here. If y'all want me to, I can make a whole little list and I can post it. But yeah, keep all those things in mind because they seem little, but they really add up. I know for me personally, like I said, I was buying stuff every week. So every time I was like going to the store, not like the corner store or the gas station, of course, like anytime I happen to be in the store or in the area of the store by my friends, I would buy like one thing a week, even if it was like $5, like something that was like some scrubbers for the dishwasher or something, or if it was a dishwash placer or dryer mat. Like it was just little stuff that I was buying all the time, and I was so excited, y'all. I was coming home showing my roommates every day, like, look what I got today, look what I got today. I also even took like my refund check and I brought a whole bunch of stuff. I also saved half of my refund check so that when I graduated, I would have my deposit and my first month's rent and stuff for my apartment. It didn't work out like that for me, unfortunately, because a lot of stuff happened with my apartment, but that's something you also can do. I know when you get your refund check, you're like, oh baby, I'm finna spend, especially since this is my last one. For those who don't know, in college, if you're like on financial aid and stuff, or even in other cases, you get financial aid back, so you'll get an amount of money. And I just saved mine because I knew I had stuff to do, and it sounded fun to save it now, but I'm like, I'm gonna need this in the future, so I'm gonna work and make the money I can, and with my refund check, I'm just gonna put that to the side so I can use it. Okay, so let's talk about furniture. Be like TikToks be like me moving in and the only thing you got is the bed. Baby, I really didn't want to be like that when I moved in, so I ended up buying a bed beforehand. I got a bed for a really good deal, actually. I got a bed beforehand. If y'all can't do that, you know, just take your time getting your stuff, but also you can be buying your furniture ahead. Like, you can buy a bed 1 month, like, or you can save up money for like 3 months, get you a nice bed, or even do like an afterpay system with it, because it's a lot of things you could do on afterpay now. Get you a mattress as well, a headboard. You know, you can finance your furniture, so you don't have to buy your furniture cash if you don't have it. But if you have, you know, good enough credit, you're able to finance. Me personally, I didn't finance because I was blessed enough to have my mommy help pay for my furniture, really, because she loved to decorate. So she had already had it in her mind that she was going to decorate my house beforehand, so my mommy ended up getting my furniture for me. But you are able to finance your furniture, so you can pay a set price here and then you pay on the rest of it month to month, whichever works for you. You know, they'll help work you out a good deal. And just make sure you paying that though, because if you don't, baby, that's going on your credit, but that's also gonna help build your credit. So even if you're getting that stuff beforehand, honestly, if you get that stuff before moving into your apartment, I have heard, especially like when I was at the furniture place, they told me, if you get this furniture in your name, because my mom got it in her name or whatever, if you get it in your name, it's going to drop your credit tremendously because you have nothing on it. But in the long run, you're gonna have to build your credit either way. So I would consult with your own parents about that. Is it good for you to get this furniture and finance it in your name, because you know it's going to drop your credit, especially if you need your credit to get the apartment. But whatever works for you, just know you can finance that furniture month to month to month to month to month, and that can help build your credit. While we're at it, also some rent places let you add your rent to your credit report. So I think if you don't pay your rent, it's gonna hurt you. But if you pay your rent, I guess it's just showing like, okay, she's reliable, she pay her rent, she or he pays their month to month to month to month to month. We don't have no problems with them. If not, you can buy your furniture cash. Baby, go on OfferUp, go on Facebook Marketplace. Just make sure the people are legit. When I was moving, I was on OfferUp looking for everything. Everybody like, wow, why you on OfferUp? Because baby, I done seen people buying stuff from there for years, and they've been getting good quality items. Like, you never know why people is giving stuff away. Now just don't be taking anything. Do your research, and you know who to trust and who not to trust. But look on OfferUp, look on Facebook Marketplace. Like, be cautious of those things. Like, they can help you out. You can go out way cheaper than what you was gonna pay. So look, just like little house stuff, like little decorations that you could put up. OfferUp is where it's at. And even if you start buying stuff ahead of time and you know you don't need that stuff, put it on OfferUp. You can make a little bit of money back. Credit card bill. If you have a credit card, great. We all need a credit card. You're gonna have to be paying your credit card bill, so be mindful of that as well. Everybody's credit card bill ranges from, you know, your limit to how much you've been spending. So every month you're gonna have to pay your credit card bill. Me personally, if you're ready, I would look into trying to get a credit card bill due date around the time that you get paid. Because for me, for instance, my credit card bill is due on the 9th. I get paid on the 15th. So I get paid on the 1st and the 15th. Baby, in the 1st, I've been spent all the money I'm finna put on the credit card by the 9th. You know, baby, I'm waiting on the next check. We sitting there looking stupid trying to hold the money back. No, we just exhausted all those bills, which if you ask me, that add up to like $2,000 or something, because that's how much mostly my bills are adding up to every month. It just depends on your rent. It just genuinely depends on your actual like rent, your apartment rent, just the rent. But yeah, you still gonna need money to go out with your friends, girl. And you gonna get gas money to go out with your friends, girl, too. And you gonna get gas money for them Uber rides. They need their money too. And you gonna wanna have a good time after paying all them bills. You need to take an Uber. Be mindful of that. You're gonna need money to go out. You're gonna need money for clothes. And you're gonna need money for a rainy day. You never know what's gonna happen. My tire literally just bust 2 days ago. I was on the way to work. Really when I was leaving work, but I tried to pretend like it didn't happen because I thought maybe I was tripping. No, I'm riding to work the next day. That tire's bust. I had to go get a new tire, like, and beforehand I was paying a lot for tires. I was going to the actual tire shop and paying whatever, I don't care how much it was, and I leave out about to cry because I'm like, I wouldn't think about paying that. Ask around at work, like, do y'all know some people I could go to? Because my coworker, my girl, she told me somebody I could go to, and I ended up paying like way cheaper than I was gonna pay for the tire at the actual tire shop like I usually do. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm just gonna say, make sure that you're still networking even after like you graduated or you moved out. Network, like it. Network with everybody you around. You never know what other opportunities can come to you, because that's gonna help you, baby. Like, you just never know. Like, it's so many other things and it's so many places too you can get in life just by who you know. Like, God, put God first, of course, always God first. God got you. But you never know what you could get. Like, your name can be in so many other rooms from people you know. So keep that in mind. And also, if you want to go back to school, or if you want to go to school or go back to school, do it. I know I'm telling y'all to do it, and I be thinking about it, but I just really don't want to go back. So do what you want to do. But if you know it's going to put you in a better position than you're in now, and you can look forward and think about where you're going to be next year, do it. Make that hard decision. Make that difficult decision. Just do it. Push yourself, push your heart, and go through with it. Keep up with all your friends and people you know, even like people at your old jobs. If you finna leave a job to get a new job to move, I'm gonna tell you now, you may not like them, or you don't feel them like that, don't make no bad blood, because you never know when you're gonna need somebody for something, or somebody else is gonna be in another position where they can help you. Always be kind, be patient, and be calm. Like, even if you're ready to go, just networking and keeping a smile on your face and being kind to people is always gonna help you, no matter where you're going in life. Even if people are being mean to you, just be positive, keep a positive attitude, manifest, embrace yourself, read your affirmations, girl. Guys, y'all got this. Like, just believe in yourself, okay? The reason why you gotta get up and push yourself every day and build the life that you want for yourself. And don't let nobody limit you, and don't be scared of people's opinions. And I'm just now becoming not scared. So if I could do it, you can do it. Put yourself out there, get that job you want, get that apartment you want, get that 6 figures check you want, and get that lifestyle that you want, and live by that, and wake up every day and know that you're doing what's best for you and bettering yourself. Even if you got to take a week off, even if you got to take a few days off, baby, get back to it. God loves you, life loves you, and this life is what you make of it. And so that's all I got to say today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment y'all opinions or some tips that y'all even have for other people. Like, you never know what people need to know. Or if I said something that wasn't totally correct, go ahead and comment in the comments. I can always use a little help, or I'm always looking to learn, okay? So yeah, that's all I got to say today. I love y'all. Thank you. Bye.